Hi everyone. In today's exercise, we're asked what is the probability of finding 4 defective light bulbs out of 10. Giving the probability of finding a defective light bulb is 20%. So first, we'll go ahead and figure out what is our N, what is our P, what is our Q, and what is our X. And N, it refers to the number of trials or the number being in the sample. So in this case, we want to find the probability of 4 defective light bulbs out of 10. So 10 is our N. And our X refers to the number of success desired. That is, because we want to find 4 defective, either defective or not defective. So in this case, our X is equals to 4. And our P is the probability of getting a success in one trial. And we're giving here the probability of finding a defective light bulb is 20%. So this is actually our success in one trial. So 20%. So our P is 20% or 0.2. And to find Q, we have to do 1 minus P to get our Q, because that's one trial. So our Q is 1 minus P, which is 0.2. And that will give us a 0.8. So now we have all our information that we need, and we'll just put that into our binomial distribution formula. And the reason for knowing that this problem is a binomial, we have to use the binomial formula, is because we're given a fixed number of trials, and we could have 2 possible outcomes, either a success or failure, defective or not defective. So that is how we're able to identify it's a binomial. And always our P plus Q equals to 1. P plus Q always adds up to 1. So these are some ways we could identify that this problem is a binomial. We have to use a binomial distribution formula here. And the formula is n factorial over n minus x factorial times p times q to n minus x. Okay, now we're going to take all the information we have and we're going to put it into our formula. So we have 10 factorial over 10 minus x, which is 4, and the other one is x factorial is 4. Our p, we already find that it's 0.2, and we have to raise that to x. So 0.2 raised to x, which is 4. And our q, we found q by 1 minus our p, which is 0.8, and that raised to n minus x. N minus x is actually 10 minus 4. To break this down, we have 10 factorial, 6 factorial, 4 factorial, 0.2 to the 4th power, 0.8 to the 6th. This is how we got this. Now we could put this into the calculator and come up with an answer, or we could actually work it through step by step to get to the answer. So 10 factorial is 10 times 9 times 8 all the way down to 1. 6 factorial is the same. So I'm not going to list it all. 4 factorial is 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. And our P is 0.2 to the 4th. I mean, at this point, you could already work this down. Let's see, get a calculator. Okay, so that gives us to 0.0016 and you put this into the calculator, we get 0.262. And how we got these information, this one is this is this. And we could break this down into simpler terms. So we have 6 here, so let's put 7. Let's put 6. So we're going to take everything that's in common. 6 factorial to 1, 6 factorial to 1. So now we're left with, in the denominator, 4, 3, 2, 1. At the top, the numerator, we have 10, 9, 8, and 7. So we're going to try to break this down a little bit more. We could go 2 once, 2, 5 is 10, 3 once, 3 is 9, and we get 4 once. Okay, 4 is it. Now all of this gonna adds up to 5 times 3 times 2 times 7. And when you put this into your calculator, you should get 0.088. And I believe there's a simpler way to do it on a calculator, where we put our n first, which is 10, and we use the shift function and get our c. And then we put our x, which is known as 4, and then we times that by everything that we have, just 0.2 raised to the 4 power, and then we have 0.8 raised to the 6 power, and that also should give us the information, the same answer. Do you see that? Let me do this one more time. So instead of working all of this, unless you need to show your working, then you do this. But if you understand the question and you just want to get the answer really fast, and you're in an exam, you just do, which is your n, 10, shift, and you press the divided button, and then you put your x, which is 4, and then you times all of that by your p and q. Our p in this case was 0.2 raised to the 4th power, and we had 0.8, which is our q, raised to the 6th power, and that's how we got our answer. Thank you. Let me know if you like this video.